Hello guys, what is up? My name is Vole and I build Lego guns, and here we're going to be showing you a brand new Lego crossbow. And you may have remembered back when our guns were pretty shit that we created two crossbows. We had a video covering those two crossbows and we stated all the features and the differences between those two crossbows. And it's good to say that we've learnt a couple of lessons from it. Now our crossbow has a nice small trigger pull. None of those long bulky triggers, just a nice small trigger pull, a guard to ease on the trigger discipline, open barrel for the most part to enable the bolt to go through, kind of like on our yellow crossbow that we failed on. Has a closed barrel at the end so that we can put the end reticle there with much accuracy. We have a brand new refined iron sight with the ability to change the sights, and we have a slanted pistol grip which makes it feel more comfortable. As well as that, we have created a new groove mechanism and a cocking mechanism to make the whole pulling of the gun easier. We've certainly done something right this time. So now it's time to test the range of this gun to see how far it goes. And we're going to load in our first bolt. Test 1. That's pretty good. We're going to do test 2. Now I went slightly further. That was the range test. Let's see just how far these bullets go. Now, we had quite a good crossbow, however it's been slightly sloppy. It's not been perfectly consistent, however it still has some consistency. This bolt went around 5 meters, which is pretty good. But this one here, just hit the 6 meter mark. This crossbow is a good pistol. Yet it does sometimes have its flaws, and sometimes bullets don't go as far as you may want. But usually the bullets go around 6 meters. We've almost got to the point where we're going to do the accuracy test, but before we do, we're going to talk about the logistics of this gun. And this time will be pretty interesting. First logistic we're going to talk about on this great new gun is the sights. And how they align to each other. They align pretty well. That is the front and that is the rear sight. And it looks very cool. Certainly is a very accurate sight. The rear sights were made possible by this special brick and this stud, like that. We created 2 of them, like that. The front sight is possible. This sight is possible because of this slanted piece. It goes on reverse like that. The sighting system is made possible thanks to these single studded base plates here. These are studded, remember, which means they have those Lego bits sticking out so that you can stick pieces onto them, like so. However, the rest of the receiver is nice and smooth, which causes for a more professional finish. Now, removing the iron sight and replacing it with the red dot sight is easy. All you do is you twist the iron sight, okay, to take them off. You get your red dot sight, which we showed you last week. You insert it onto the gun. And if you want to, you can do the same with the front sight. There is a groove in this gun made by adding a 1 base plate elevation between this set of smooth tiles and this set of smooth tiles, which will allow you with ease to place your bullet on the gun without it going out that way or that way. However, you still have to keep the gun pretty upright. Reloading the gun is so simple that you can load with one hand whilst keeping one hand on the pistol grip. So the first step is to make 3 clicks with this handle until this hammer goes to around that position. Then what you do is you pick up your bow and you wrap it around that hammer. You then place this bolt onto the gun. You can use any bolt that would work in the gun. Mostly you'll have to do it streamlined. If you want a studded bolt, it will have to go through this box. And then you pull the trigger, just like with any other gun. You can pretty much load this gun single-handed, unlike any other guns that I created. Therefore, you can use 2 hands at the same time to do different components to make the loading quicker. There is a slightly odd process with connecting this bow arm to the main gun itself. The first thing you do is you take this Technic brick, and what you do is you see those 2 Technic holes? You put the blue Technic part in there. Now thanks to classic Lego, you can go underneath and link the Technic brick with the classic bricks like that to create that effect, which means despite it being 3 stud, the bow arm is well even. Then to put the bow arm round, wrap it round if you haven't put it on already, and then clip it there. You've now set up the gun and you're ready to load and fire. Now here is how the cocking mechanism was even possible. Now I know there isn't much of a mechanism needed, but this is the kind of piece that was put in the gun to do its job. And now our last attraction, the pistol grip, which was created surprisingly with only 1 connection, which with most guns would cause the pistol grip to be flimsy. But because of the slope pieces counteracting with this, we are able to create this beautiful pistol grip. This pistol grip would also be quite useful on a Luger PR8 because it is that slanted on a Luger. So it's a Luger style pistol grip, but it's not a Luger pistol. I might use this on replicas of the Luger, and it's certainly a good technique because it saves Technic slots and bricks. that will help me do more mechanical parts with the gun. Finally, there's almost no gap between the pistol grip and the main gun, and also there's that bridge for your hand, thus making this pistol grip extremely comfortable. We're going to sort of show you how to build, or how the pistol grip would really work later. But before we do, it's now time to test this beauty on its accuracy. Now here we are with an accuracy test. Let's see if this crossbow can hit all 3 of those targets. Hits. Miss. Holy shit. So as you can see, whilst it missed 1 target, possibly by human error, it managed to obliterate 2 targets. Pretty impressive. The pistol grip is a simple component that, to help stabilize it, we had to use roof tiles on the gun. If we take the parts off, if you want to build the pistol grip, technique is you'll have to roof the tiles up to here to get it like that. And to get the pistol grip onto the gun, you need to get the part of the gun, you need to put it in to the second hole here in the pistol grip, depending on what size your pistol grip is. And there needs to be a flat piece underneath the actual studded part, and you can add more afterwards. And slam it in, and now the pistol grip is absolutely rigid. You can't get it out at all. This gun is very, very hard to strip, because when you strip it, it gets taken down into more than the basic components. So it is best to only separate the bow arm from the gun. To put the gun back together, you take your next part like this, which is again another finicky job thanks to the pistol grip. Connect it to your main gun, like so. You then connect your major parts, then you put your back part on the end of the gun, and all your miscellaneous parts to the gun, your side parts, another side part like that, in which you've got the main body. Then you want to get these back on to the gun. Then you want to get your trigger into the gun, like so, so that bit sticks out and you can get the grip out. Then you want to get your hammer on there, your part here, your trigger guard on next, so it looks like that. Then you want to get this connector in between on the trigger so it blocks the hammer. Then you want to get your bow arm on, like that, and then wrap it around there. Then you want to test fire to make sure it works. Put it there. Load your bullet and fire. And if it fires, you've reassembled it correctly. Now here is our all new precision test, which is a little different. 60 centimeters between the gun and the target. Of which the target is propped up in similar trajectory to the weapon planted. They're both still in the same position. The only difference is 60 centimeters. Here's test number 1. Pass. Here's test number 2. Just. Here is test number 3. Pass. Perfect. Now there are a few more queries on this gun. Someone did recommend that I would basically try and extend the arms. But here's the problem. The version is already official now. I decided to make it. I've decided to publish it. It's not actually in the show, but it's being confirmed. So the reason why I didn't actually extend the arms at the moment, at the time being, was because this is the version of which I was going to publish. However, someone did put that to attention, and I might do that in another video. And if I'm going to give my personal opinion, I say it's quite advanced for what it is. It's a Lego crossbow and it works really well, and it's better than my other Lego crossbows. It's certainly something that if I didn't want to build any more Lego guns I'd keep, but of course I've got to destroy them to keep building them because I only have so many pieces. But I wish I wouldn't have to destroy it because it's just nice. It works really, really, really well. And it just seems a shame, right? This comfortable, well-working weapon. Most of it is pros. Beautiful grip, lovely trigger guard, good pistol grip, nice body. The only con is, and this had to be brought to attention, that the bow arms were a bit too small. They weren't realistic to a crossbow, to be honest. They need to go around to there a bit. But apart from that, it's a brilliant gun. And it works. It has good iron sights. We're not going to class this as the sight for the gun because that's an external sight. We're going to class the original sight, which I just showed you briefly. It is a good sight, but I prefer this one. I prefer my setup to the traditional ones. And I've already talked to you about this red dot sight. Now, thank you for watching this video, and of course, keep building.
Feel me like a Hellcat.